Let's eat meat and talk about transition.
Eat your fatty meat, drink your water.
Marrow, lamb suet tallow, we've got our mince. I'm cooking with ground beef, with minced meat, because I myself have been on a budget, and it's made me very aware that a lot of you will be on a budget as well. This is an answer. If you can get freshly ground beef, you are well on your way. There are a lot of carnivores, a lot of lion dieters who eat only this and are doing beautifully. Right, so let's get some nummies going. I'm putting some tallow in, my pound of flesh. While I'm getting this nicely chopped up, let's talk about your transition from whatever you're eating now into the carnivore way of eating. Carnivore way of eating: red meat, fat, salt, and animal products. That is strict carnivory. We're not messing around. No honey, sorry. No fruit, sorry. No veggies, no. Okay? Meat, animal products. That is the carnivore diet. Lion diet: red meat only. Fatty red meat. Get this meat rumbling. The duration and intensity of your adaptation is going to depend on what you've been eating and how sick you currently are, or what kind of health you're in, and also the weight of your body, and I'm sure many other factors as well. I am not a man of science. I am a person who has been working with this since 2019. I had already dropped all gluten, grains, normal sugar, but I still was having honey and fruit, etc. So I had to get rid of that. I wasn't having any processed foods either. So you might have that you need to be working out of your system. And please also remember that we are not talking about adding processed meats and over processed cheeses. When I say animal products, I'm not talking about strawberry flavored yogurt. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about clean, whole food. And the thing that you have to remember is that everybody is different. I am an experiment of one. You are an experiment of one. And even though I can guide you and advise you, and lots of people can give you data and input, ultimately you are going to learn to listen to your own body. And that is where the magic really, really happens. But for now, let's talk about getting you to that point to begin with. You've now had a good look at everything that you've been eating, and you've had a good look at everything you're going to be eating. You are in the middle of this. You need to be able to release all the toxins that have been caused by the food that you've been ingesting for years, decades, perhaps. Okay, so you have to be so gentle with yourself. You have to be so cool to yourself, and you don't do things like I used to do, which is stand and scream at my body and say, "What the F is the matter with you now?" Okay, I was very hard on myself. Give it a last little stir. Tweet, tweet, let's eat. Let's see what this tastes like. So those are two things I want you to know. One, there will be an adaptation process. And two, it might very well be painful. And then three, no, we don't know how long it's going to last for you. I had keto rash. My whole skin, I had like crystals coming out of my skin. I had constipation. I remember my first poo, so proud of it. It took me about a week, maybe even longer. Some people have like explosive diarrhea, and other people, like me, just held on to everything, didn't want to let it go. And when I eventually did, it was white. It was so crusted in crystals from the plant toxins that I had been imbibing for decades. So this is what we have to remember. This is not a quick fix. This is a deep healing. Your body is going to be throwing up things. Okay, this is the way I look at it. Let me have a couple of bites and I'll be back. Lovely stuff. Done. The body has been taken care of. This is the way I see it. Your body, your beautiful body temple, is currently a prison. All the toxins that you've been taking in for weeks, months, years, decades, those have been inside you, building up, getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Carnivore opens the gate. That prison gate is just opens like that. But the toxins inside don't know that the gate is open. As you start getting into adaptation phase, it could take you a couple of days, it could take you a couple of weeks. Your prisoners, these big, burly, butch, what was that, the big, burly, butch-bodied prisoners are starting to notice. After a couple of days, few of them have noticed. Few more notice. They start slipping out. Maybe you get a headache. Oh, maybe you get a bit of a rash on your face. Maybe your body starts to feel a little bit fluish. Keto flu, not feeling great. Then your skin might break out. I'm in a bit of a transition myself now. My eyes are a little bit itchy. My one hand felt a little bit waterlogged. Yesterday, I was like, that's strange. I'm not used to that. I had a little bit of a pain in my back. When I walked to the kitchen this morning, I noticed I was kind of leaning forward just a little bit. And I thought, oh, I'm trying to take pressure off my lower back. That's the beginning of that old age stoop that we used to see old people shuffling like this. Not necessary, okay? Old people can still be strong and on their own feet, not leaning forward into the grave to fall into it, okay? But I noticed that in me, which I haven't had for a long time. I did about 5 weeks of lion diet, and then I had a bit of a off-plan day or two. I think it was only 1 day. And then I've been back on it now for about 5 weeks. So I did break it in the middle, but I've been in this transition period. I can feel it in my body. I can feel it in my skin. Skin speaks. If you get keto rash, the way keto rash manifested in me was I had my face here, this whole area of my face, this cheeky top area and under the eyes went like, almost like I could see the little crystals coming out. The biggest one I had was, I could see it, about that size. I know it looks small, but when it's coming out of your eye and it's orange, I was dressed to match. It came out of the lash line up there and I had to wriggle it out and it came out, this little crystal. That was my body getting rid of those prisoners inside. And as the transition reaches its peak, it's those prisoners have all realized this gate is open. And they just come screaming out, right? They're free. The body has finally felt safe enough with no new prisoners coming in to release the old ones. And when they come out, they are barbaric. They will tear through your skin. They will gush out through your bowels. They will burn your bladder. And transition is basically your body saying, oh, it's safe. That's what transition is. So if you're very sick the way I was, transition can be a bitch. If you are already pretty good and pretty strong and you're coming in this just to level up, you're still going to feel the discomfort. You can't expect to bypass it completely, but time passes anyway. And this is what I've asked you before. What are you doing with your time? Are you in retox or are you prepared to go through detox? Transition might bring a whole lot of new symptoms, but as they pass through you, you'll see that the symptoms your body has been manufacturing to tell you that there's something wrong with it. That's why I always say skin speaks, because your skin will tell you. I went through years where my skin was glass. There was nothing on it. Now I have this little particular thing on the side of my face here. I don't know if you can see it. This is my skin screaming at me. No more nuts! That's what it's saying. Get those nuts away from my face. And if you know where that comes from, drop it in the comments. Don't be scared of transition. Don't be scared of the prison break. If you want to be scared of what you've been doing. This is life or death, because quality of life is what's paramount here. Because death is walking around in an incapacitated body that's just getting worse and worse and worse. You're not getting old, you've got food poisoning. It's not natural to degenerate with every step closer to the grave. Okay, it is natural to feel some pain as you make these profound changes. As the meat starts to knit you back together, you first have to understand the consequences of the behavior that you were inhabiting before you knew better. And now you know better. And there's going to be a bit of pain. If you go to the gym, if you learn the piano, if you start dating someone new, there's always a learning curve. There's always difficulty. Okay, I'm your meat mother and I love you and I want the best for you and I see you healing. So do me a favor, like, share, follow, subscribe. We're all in this together. Drop me comments. I'm not a doctor. I'm an anecdote. I'm a successful experiment of one. I can help you with practicalities, and there are plenty of other people who can help you with the scientific facts, because there are facts that back this up. Okay, I love you. Eat your meat, drink your water. Let's go.